Hello guys, welcome. I am Samantha the Introvert, and today I want to give you my personal recap on episode 12 of the Next Prince series. So let's get into it. Things are getting down to the nitty gritty, guys. Anyways, Kanye's stepfather got a royal invitation, but from who? So everyone, even the king, is gathered at Prince Wasin's palace because that is where they will be watching the competition. The countdown is starting, and each children thinking about the pressure. Ramil is pressured by his father to win the competition to be on top. Ava is being told by her father that people are planning dirty in the game, so she should do anything, any tactics to win. Meanwhile, Cannon is on constant lookout for whoever wants to get close to him and sabotage things for him, but hey, no pressure. So far, everyone is going great. They're gaining perfect points to the game and it's going smoothly. But then something happened. Because as soon as Sharon got a message, the signal of the video that everyone is watching the competition from dropped. So you can tell danger has hit, and that is when Sharon left. The sad part of it is this is King is not in his territory. This is all Prince Wasin's territory. Wasin said he doesn't know what's going on, doesn't know the problem, but he will solve it. Meanwhile, on the competition grounds, the place is being smoke bombed. At the same time, people are attacking them. They are being attacked by flying arrows. Ramel sees that the arrows has the same colors as theirs and calculated that whoever is attacking them, making it look like all three of them are against each other. Oh, by the way, Ava got hurt and now they need to escape for safety. Meanwhile, Sharon made it to the game ground and finds that all the people that are there have been attacked and killed, but no sign of the three kids. Also, Ava's female trainer and Petai went there with Sharon. Now the mission is to find Ava, Ramil, and Canyon and make sure they are all safe. Also, everyone is panicking, thinking something is going wrong in the field. Now in came Canyon's stepfather with evidence on who is behind things. This man is worrying because he has everything to do with everything that's happening, and I will get into that and to know why and how. In last episode, I did mention that I do not feel Ramil's father is evil, he just wants to be on top. But to think that it's the one that is calm and looks so good and is the good guy turns out to be the bad guy. Is this a definition where people say looks like a cinnamon roll but can kill you? Before the stepfather got the evidence, he was visited by the king's son, who is pretty much the Canyon's real father. By the way, he was the one who sent the royal invitation. The prince tells the stepfather that he feels someone is out to be betraying them, but he can't tell who, and he needs the stepfather to solve it, but not telling the king. The stepfather then asks if the prince not trusts the king, and the prince says he knows the king is aware of these things but refuses to do anything. So he's telling him that the king will not help. The prince then says that he lost Canyon before and he doesn't want to lose Canyon again. The prince then says the stepfather must feel the same pain as well and asks him to think of Canyon when doing this. Meanwhile, at a bar, the stepfather is speaking to an undercover person who's working at the palace of Ramil's father in finding out what the hell is happening. That would explain why the guy says he saw the stepfather at the bar, but Withis never believed. The stepfather then found out about Ramil's father hiring the trainer who wanted to kill Cannon. And when the stepfather researched him, he found out that Joe, that's the name of the trainer, who was in the military, suddenly, oddly, has archery abilities was like in a couple of months. Like, how you do that? A military turned out to be an archer in a couple of months? No. He then called someone. It could be the prince, it could be the same guy that he was talking to at the bar, but remember, at this point in time, he never met Wethis. Turns out, when everyone thought Ramil's father was the one who wanted to kill Canyon, it was a lie. Joe never worked for Ramil's father. Ramil's father thought Joe was also an archery and used him to get information, but turns out Ramil's big father became the scapegoat for the entire time of the true criminal. The day Wettis found and helped stepfather, the enemy was already aware of him being found out. In fact, when Wetti's father found out about Joe's dirty plan, he wanted to get rid of the evidence that has anything to do with him, because if they found out that he has Joe hired, they would think that he was the one that tries to kill Cannon, which is not true. While Ramil's father was talking to the undercover security, who was the one that texted the stepfather about Wasin, because even Ramil's father sensed it. When everyone finally found out about Prince Wasin and his plans, they no, now we have to capture and arrest him. But first, keep the king safe. Okay, so not only that, but when going through the map of the gaming ground, they found the area is mostly for terrorist field attack. I'm telling you, Sharon sure picked the right friend, but where did Sharon find this one? And how did he know to trust him? So remember, the day when the game competition had started, it was actually the day when the evidence were all together and ready to be presented. But it's also when Wettis texted Sharon the problem. Prince Wasin sees that his time is up and now attacks everyone while trying to escape. Meanwhile, everyone at the playfield meets up with Sharon, Sharon tells everyone about Wasin and that the reason he's attacking and can locate where they are is because of the pin that Wasin gave them, because it has a tracker. So they're at the pier waiting on the king because each one has a specific location of safety. When they got there, Wasin showed up. Trust me, the others are okay, but Wasin was mainly focusing on only getting to the king. Wasin wanted revenge for what the king did to him, and he is willing to kill all that the king, even the king's legacy, for revenge. The king then tries to reason with Wasin to get away and maybe flee for freedom, but that is not what Wasin wants. Wasin wants the king to pay for what he has done to him. Okay, we're getting to the how. The why comes after. So here's what happened. So you see, way before the children were even born, Wasin went to the king with his wife to talk about the mine problem, the pollution. Yes, the very first thing that was there. Years ago, the king even knew about the problem. It was the main problem for Wasin. He did mention it when Canning revealed himself to the world, but even then the king didn't do anything at all. He said he was just looking into it. That's what the king says. Wasin tries to go to Ramil's father for help as well, hoping that he can get others that is higher up with help to talk to the king. Then the king would probably do something more faster. I do feel it for Wasin because even when he went to everyone with each one of them for the problem, each one of them gave him the same answer, giving the man false hope, thinking that they would have done something. But I think each one of them did secretly try, but the king did find out the problem is solvable, but he did nothing. I understand that this is a lot on one person, even the king, but for years, the king knew of this problem and he didn't do anything. For years, he could have done something. Sadly, because Wasin's wife was suffering from the pollution, she got lung cancer, she died, and still nothing was done. After his wife's death, Wasin spread the word of her death, hoping that maybe this could trigger the king for him to do something, but he didn't. Okay, now we got to the main how the problem and a little bit in the why he's doing it. Now, Wasin revealed to everyone that now the king himself has lung cancer. And with that health on the line, the king still refused to help the people. Damn, man! The man rather die than try to help the people, the very people who look up to him. But as soon as they thought they had the upper hand to get to Wasin, a biggest plot twist hits. The right-hand man pointed the gun at the king. Turns out Wasin's wife, who died, was his sister. The man was able to shoot the king. Damn, how is it that the king was this careless to let someone get this close and not be curious to look him up, look up his background? You stupid. You know, I said it before that the king or any royalty must be careful who the hell they're talking to when they are with some guards or those silent soldiers standing attention near them, because the very day when Sharon was to go for Cannon, that is when they knew Cannon's existence. That man was the very man who hired many people to kill Cannon, and each one of them failed, and that is why Wasin himself decided to attack to get the job done. But then the stepfather silently killed the man and others, leaving just Prince Wasin. Okay, a very weird way to reunite with Cannon and the stepfather, but hey, better now than never. Wasin shoot after Cannon, and we see someone got shot, but we don't know who. Oh, and with this shot, Wasin killing him. Dude, I was so frustrated with this part. I am not okay. Sharon shielded Cannon, but he didn't get shot. It was Shakri. Apparently, Shakri wanted to protect them both, but I feel Shakri was trying to be faster than Sharon. Either way, Shakri got both his friends okay and safe, but not him. Honestly, there was a lot going on with this episode, a lot of plot twists, and I'm scared for the next episode, but we have to go through it. So, okay guys, that is the end of episode 12 of the Next Prince recap. Stay tuned for my recap on episode 13.